edition of Mavs Insider. We are celebrating the NBA Go Green. Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, Ro, you actually look a little green yourself. What's wrong?
Yeah, I ate some gas station sushi earlier.
Oh, no, that's not the type of green we're talking about.
Oh, we're not?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be right back.
I hope he's okay. Anyways, Ro, that was my shirt. Ugh. All right, well, the Mavs have a chance to crack that 500 and possibly take out the Razors and maybe even make the playoffs. Let's check out everything that happened this week on the opening tip. Ugh.
The Mavericks make possibly their final trip to Sacramento as Dallas takes on the Kings tonight. We're at Sleep Train Arena. Thanks for joining us for the Mavs and Kings here on Fox Sports Southwest. Tonight he said, the lesson we've learned is Vince Carter runs the floor and revs it up with a jam. 5 for Collison. Collison crosses over, got past Thomas, the kick out. Dirk to beat the buzzer, 3-ball! He swishes! They sweep the season series to the Sacramento Kings. 117-108 is the final score. Dallas's last long road trip of the season ends tonight in Portland. The Mavs are at the Rose Garden, and we've got it on Fox Sports Southwest as Dallas takes on the Trailblazers. Second quarter.
For the most part, I think he's shown staying power as far as a young player is concerned.
Mayo the save in all the way down the floor. Look at Collison make the catch and find Marion. That was sensational on both ends of the floor. Lillard has it. Lillard against Marion. He drives, Lillard gets inside, no! And Dallas has Carter with the rebound. He throws the ball to OJ Mayo. Mayo runs up ahead, finds Marion, and it is all over. Marion lays it in at the horn. Dallas hangs on, a miss by Lillard, and the Mavericks win it. After a 4-game road trip, the Mavericks will close out the season with 4 of their last 5 at home. Starting tonight against the Phoenix Suns. Corner, 7 to shoot. Closing in on 2 minutes left. One-legged fade. Nowitzki, nothing but net. Back to floor. The deficit for Dallas with 2 to play. Chasing Dragic. Rifles it to Markieff Morris. Tucker now for 3. Whoa! P.J. Tucker with the last 5 points, including his 3rd 3 of the game. With that, Dallas is 38-40. They are 22-16 this year on their home floor. They end up the season series with Phoenix 3-1.
Ro, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better.
Good.
I think I owe you a shirt though.
Oh, no, it's okay. I got another one. See, I'm really excited. Yay!
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, awesome.
I think I'm gonna need this again.
Well, you're supposed to tell everybody what's coming up on Mavs Insider. How am I gonna get another shirt now? More Mavs Insider after this. When we come back on Mavs Insider,
we go behind the scenes to look at the making of a Fox Sports Southwest television broadcast.
We roll up the sleeves and get a little dirty with OJ Mayo and Anthony Morrow. Nothing creepy, I promise.
And it's 24 seconds with OJ when we come back on Mavs Insider.
Yeah.
Mavericks Insider is brought to you by Whataburger. Proud to serve it hot and fresh 24 hours a day.
Together they form an undefeated, doubly insane tag team of supreme mavericky entertainment, and they could bring the party right up in your face. Champ and Mavs Man, the official mascots of the Dallas Mavericks, are available to appear at any birthday party, school, or office event. It's the perfect way to celebrate an anniversary or other special event with the Mavs fans in your life. Go to Mavs.com for all the details and give your big day that Mavs game day feeling. Head to Mavs.com right now.
Hey, Allie, you see how good these guys are back here?
Oh, I know, they're so good. They make it look so easy.
It must be the producers. The producers must be awesome.
It has to be.
Ours isn't that good.
Yeah, well, let's see how everything goes down, shall we? And do a little behind the scenes action?
I like that. Let's do it right now. See how our Mavs broadcast is all put together.
He's been one of the best in the league.
That's right. We got to get rid of it.
Runs down the ball off a missed shot by Cunningham. That's a big man of the line. Noted earlier.
All right, squeeze square. 3, 2, 1, go back.
A Mavs television broadcast seems to be pretty simple, but actually it's a complicated symphony of different jobs that all need to be performed to perfection.
You have to be able to listen to a lot of different voices all at the same time.
Decision in a 4-on-1.
And then you got Collison on X getting close to a breakdown point.
Located deep in the bowels of the AAC are the production trucks. A production crew consists of dozens of people, both in front of and behind the camera.
We have two different angles here. You can.
So Dave, you did no fonting on that.
We'll do exactly like we normally do. Bobby, tell us straight first.
There's a producer.
All right, I'm watching. I see it.
He makes sure that Derek and Mark are talking about the same thing you're seeing on TV. There's a director.
3, 3, 5.
He calls out which camera to take. The technical director punches all the buttons that the director calls for.
OJ Mayo.
666.
The EVS operators are in charge of queuing up replays and rolling them when the producer or director calls for them.
I like B for the Collison to Cayman, and then this last make off of red. Yeah, we'll do score, interview, first half stats. Sometimes you're running around with your hair on fire.
Jump shooter. He's been one of the best in the league as of late, and we'll be discussing that coming up here on Fox Sports Southwest.
You just have to adjust. You really have to adjust to what the situation is.
I thought we were over.
But a lot of times we just kind of make do with that and continue on. Anybody ask Jack Sickle what he thought about the Kings going to Seattle?
There are several cameras for each game. 2 up top for each team. 3 on the floor. And 2 slash cameras that shoot from the corners. And don't forget about the RoboCam perched on top of the backboard. It's operated by remote control. An audio technician makes sure the proper mics are turned on depending on whose turn it is to talk. He's referred to as an A1. Each crew has at least one A2 as well.
Hello.
It's their job to make sure talent is mic'd up. Stage managers let the announcers know when they're on camera and when they will be talking over a video. Stage techs make sure that the equipment is in proper working order. And when the show is finished, they are the ones who clear the court so that the teams can play ball.
It's like being an air traffic controller. You got a lot of things coming at you all at the same time, and you really have to prioritize and decide what exactly is important at that time, what you can decide is not so important, and it's really being like a traffic cop. So it's game management. There's a lot of that as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the break.
Now that's how a broadcast is put together via Fox Sports Southwest right here at the arena.
Hey, it is Green Week here, and nobody celebrates Arbor Day better than the Dallas Mavericks.
That is called a tease.
My name is Bonnie, and I'm a third-year dancer for the Dallas Mavericks. My favorite TV show is Friends and Revenge. My favorite food is chips and queso. My favorite movie of all time is Titanic. The best part about being a Mavs dancer is being out on the court. Being around that much energy and excitement, it's just, every time I go out there, I get chills even thinking about it.
Entering Wednesday's game, do you know how many threes the Mavs have made over the entire season?
Okay, let me see. 1, 2, carry 6.
All right, let me help you.
Okay.
562, and 280 of them were made right here on this court.
Really?
Yes.
I like that number 280. You know why I like it?
Why?
Because that's how many trees the Mavs planted. Trees for threes, get it? Get it?
Yes, threes for trees.
Yeah,
Trees for threes?
I kind of like how that goes.
All right, check it out.
Their phrases, rowdy, proud, and loud, right?
OJ Mayo and Anthony Morrow got their hands dirty Tuesday, making the world a greener place.
We're gonna have to lay the tree over to get it out of its container.
It was trees for threes, which means a tree planted for every three-pointer made this season. And between those two raining jumpers from behind the arc, we could plant a forest.
When you were planting the trees just now, you looked like you didn't really know what you were doing that well.
I don't know what I'm doing. I've never planted a tree before, so my mom, she usually handles the garden and the flower beds at my house, so planting trees is a little different. It's something new, but it's all right.
It's a little bit more complex than I thought it was, so you gotta have the right calculations. You kind of gotta know what you're doing and get a good feel for it. So it's the same when you're shooting threes, so I guess there's a correlation there.
This is the 4th year for the event, and some excited students got to help plant the trees with a couple of their favorite Mavs.
Obviously, we're making threes and winning games. We're also helping our environment, our planet, so it's a good thing that we're doing.
People don't realize it, but research shows these kids' test scores are going to increase having trees around the school. You know, levels of aggression will go down, levels of crime will go down, and ADD goes down.
The Mavs have planted almost 1,000 trees in the last 4 years on Arbor Day, a holiday that Morrow says is his new favorite.
Did you have any idea that today was a holiday?
No, I didn't.
Well, it's Arbor Day, so.
Yeah, that is a holiday. That's big. I didn't know that. That's big.
So now is it your new favorite holiday?
Yeah, it is. Now I know how to plant trees. I learned today, so it's exciting.
When asked what type of tree they would be if they were a tree, the guys were on the same page.
An oak tree.
I guess I'd be an oak tree because it's strong and it withstands a lot of weather and all that, so I say an oak tree.
Now that's teamwork.
What we're most happy about is I can come back when I get old and gray and look at these Mavs groves of trees as a source of pride. It's a living legacy that we're leaving for future generations.
Ro, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
If I were a tree, what kind of tree would I be?
Yes.
I would be a redwood tree.
Why?
Because they're really big, really tall, because I'm not really big or tall, and they stick around for a long time. What about you, Allie? What would you be if you were a tree?
I would be a palm tree, so I could be by the ocean and just sway in the breeze all the time.
Yes, very tropical. I love palm trees.
You know what else is in the ocean?
What else?
Fish.
Fish!
Coming up soon.
I'm OJ Mayo, and I play guard for the Dallas Mavericks.
Ripped down by Marion. Marion looking like a man possessed here. Here's Mayo for the pull-up.
One of the best in the NBA. If my opponents could characterize me with one word, it would be a lethal weapon. The one person in history I'd like to have dinner with would be Oprah Winfrey. My favorite television show is Martin.
Of course, welcome back to Mavs Insider, our absolute favorite part of the program. Joining us from DallasBasketball.com, Mr. Mike Fisher. How you doing, my brother?
Well, the reason you guys like it, it's so research heavy. So here we go. Where do you want to start?
Okay, this is where I want to start. I like the center position. Let's talk about leading scoring from the center position in Mavs history.
Well, and the reason this is a cool topic right now is because of what Chris Kaman did last week. Got 26 points in that game. Most points that Chris Kaman has scored in quite a while, his season high, of course. And even though he's a scorer, he's only scored 26 twice in his career. So we started doing research on, you think back at how many Maverick centers have ever scored that many. So back and back we go, and there was Sean Bradley scoring 26 points in a loss to the Timberwolves in 2006. And that looks like it's the all-timer in terms of a guy who was a true center who started at center that night. So that's the story.
Wait. What? There's always an exception to the rule. So I know there has to be somewhere in there where there's somebody else maybe that led the team in scoring?
Well, who on this team would throw a statistical monkey wrench into scoring?
Let me guess, number 41 maybe?
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki. You were right. In 2004,
I raised my hand like you're supposed to, by the way.
In 2004, Dirk Nowitzki scored 43 points in a game, but he's not a center, but he was that night. He was the starting center. There's your all-time single-game Maverick scoring center, Dirk Nowitzki, of course.
Speaking of all-time, let's talk about Marion as an all-timer.
All right, you're an entertainment girl, right?
Yeah.
So you know the Golden Globes?
Yep.
They're like the Oscars, only nobody quite knows who votes. Well, that's what the Basketball Hall of Fame seems like. You don't know who's voting, you don't know how you get in. So when people talk about Shawn Marion having that future, it makes a great deal of sense, except who votes? How do you get in? Check this weird thing out, and this sucks regarding Shawn Marion's career. And you know this, he's one of the best defensive players in Mavericks history, one of the best defensive players in basketball history. Never in his illustrious career has he made first team, second team, or third team All-NBA. In other words, the NBA has never seen him in a single year as one of the 15 best defenders in the league at that time. I think he's a Hall of Famer, but this league doesn't even recognize him as a great defensive player. That might be Golden Globes drunken trouble.
Oh, goodness.
That is a lot of trouble. So we all know football, sometimes you have the quarterback by committee, sometimes you have the closer by committee in baseball, but what about point guard by committee for the Mavericks?
Yeah, this has been an up and down thing. In the 6 games leading up to the win at Portland, here's some numbers for Mike James, who has been solid in many ways. A little bit of a dip, down to 3.5 points, 27% shooting, 16% from the arc, and then a lift from DC, Darren Collison, in those same 6 games, 10 points, 47% shooting, 6-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. So it's an up and down thing. I think they've found something in Darren Collison in the right way. They need to find that same consistency out of both of them. Of course, it'd be better if one of them would just excel all the time, 82 games. It's been a kind of a teamwork thing so far with Darren Collison as of late, putting up pretty nice numbers.
Yes, very interesting. That was a lot of research.
Well, it's not like you and your talk radio.
I know, I love
but
sports
it's
talk
something.
radio. I love it. All right, well, that's it for this edition of Mavs Insider. For me, Ali D, for Mike Fisher, for Ro Parrish, we shall see you next time. But until then, check out some funny outtakes. They're sure to be funny.
Probably.
Good night.
Definitely.
Yo, check it out. Yeah, what's up? Let's do this hit.
Yeah.